Good morning, everyone. Today I will talk about systematic archetypes and how they help us understand real world problems. System archetypes are repeated patterns of behavior that we see in different organizations and systems. They help us understand how problems develop over time, especially because of feedback loops and delays. These archetypes are very useful because they not only explain problems but also help us find better long term solutions. In this presentation, I will explain these concepts using the example of Australia Post. Australia Post is one of the largest logistics and postal service companies in Australia. It has more than 64,000 employees working across the country. In recent years, online shopping has increased rapidly, especially after COVID-19. Because of this, parcel delivery demand has also increased significantly. During busy periods like Christmas or sale event, Australia Post faces very high pressure. To manage this demand, the company hired temporary workers. This help in short term, but it also creates some long term challenges which we will discuss further. Now let's understand what system archetypes are. System archetypes are common patterns that occur again and again in different systems. They help managers and organizations identify the root cause of problems. Instead of focusing on only on symptoms, archetypes help us think deeply about the system structure. Two important archetypes we will focus on today are limit to growth, shifting the burden. We will also discuss another one called fixes that fail. Let's briefly understand these archetypes. Limit to growth. These happen when growth slows down due to limited resources. For example, a company grows fast but then faces staff shortage or system limitations, shifting the burden. In this case, organizations rely on quick fixes instead of solving the real problem. This creates dependency on short-term solutions. Fixes that fail. Here, a solution works in the short term but create bigger problem in the future. These patterns are very common in real life organizations. Archetype 1, shifting the burden. Now let's apply this to Australia Post. In this case, the company faces high parcel demand. Instead of solving the root problem, they hire temporary workers. This is a short-term solution. It helps manage workload quickly but does not fix the main issues such as lack of permanent staff, poor system capacity, inefficient processes. Over time, the company becomes dependent on temporary workers. This is a classic example of shifting the burden. This approach creates several problems. First, service quality can decrease because temporary worker may not be fully trained. Second, communication issues can happen due to lack of coordination. Third, efficiency goes down because new workers take time to learn. To solve this, the company should focus on long-term solutions such as investing in automation, improving workforce planning, hiring and training permanent employees. These steps can reduce dependency on temporary fixes. Fixes that fail. Now let's look at another archetype, fixes that fail. In this situation, temporary solutions work initially. For example, hiring extra workers help deliver parcels on time during peak periods. But in the long term, this creates new problems such as higher costs, poor service consistency, increased management complexity. So the fix actually create more issues over time. The long-term impact includes increased operational cost, reduced service reliability, customer dissatisfaction. To solve this, Australia Post should focus on digital transformation, data-driven forecasting, better logistic planning. For example, using data analytics can help predict demand and prepare in advance. This reduces the need for emergency solutions. To conclude, system archetypes are very useful tools to understand complex problems. They help organizations move from short-term thinking to long-term solution. In the case of Australia Post, we saw that the company depends heavily on short-term fixes. This creates long-term challenges. By focusing on root causes and strategic planning, the company can improve the performance and sustainability. Thank you.